good day. So in the previous lecture, we've heard quite a lot about windows, how to make very solid, almost perfect windows. But the problem is, like we saw a couple of, half an hour ago in the room next door, the problem is if the window is open and the heating is also on. So there is somebody behind this act, somebody opened the window, and usually humans are the most problematic part in establishing a sustainable building. So what can we do to change their behavior? We have to know first what do people think, believe, want. And later we can try to influence their behavior by several approaches. So how to find out what people think, want, and believe, and how can we change their behavior? So we can carry out, for example, lobotomy, which is quite a harsh approach to change behavior of people and to study their brain. So I would advise you to use a little bit less aggressive approaches and to use anthropologists, to include them in the team when you want to design good products and to also to design good and sustainable buildings. I will present you first a couple of examples from all around the world, including Slovenia, how anthropologists can be involved in the research and development teams, and later Domen and the team from IdeJA will tell us more how can we influence and change human behavior also by anthropological approach. In anthropology, it all started in late 1970s when the anthropologist Lucy Sackman was included in the Palo Alto Research Center of the Xerox company when they designed the first photocopy machines. And the result of this approach to include anthropologists in the team was this button, the green button, which you all know. And everybody knows, if you see this kind of button on the photocopy machine, you will know if you press it, something will happen. Before, when computer engineers designed the first photocopy machine, it was so complicated that nobody was able actually to use it who was not a computer engineer. And it was a big problem if you want to make a successful product. So this is why it was so important to include anthropologists in the team who carried out so-called participant observation, watched how people interact with the machine. They've set also cameras and made videos of their behavior around the machine and so on, and they analyzed it, and then they realized we have to simplify this thing, and the button was designed at that time. It was not solely a product of anthropologists, of Lucy Sackman, it was actually a product of humans who interacted with the machine. So this is very important, that anthropologist is actually a facilitator of information from users, and he or she brings them to the research team and explains what users, people want. Another example is Go-Gurt. So it's a yogurt which you eat it on the way to your job or when you take children to school. And it was co-designed by anthropologist Susan Squires, who was employed by General Mills at that time. She studied first how do people eat their breakfasts. And she found out first that people say something and do something else. They say they have always a very healthy breakfast and they take lots of time for it. But actually, when she carried out participant observation, she realized people hurry very much, take children out of their beds to the kitchen and eat something, grab some food, some bananas, take them in cars and take children to schools. And so she designed a healthy product which can be eaten during while you take your children to school, for example. So at least you eat something healthy on your way, not just a banana. Another example is Anna Kirach. She was involved in the design of Boeing 787 Dreamliner airplane. And later also she was hired by Microsoft, where she designed Windows XP and other products of the high-tech company. And she's not a high-tech person, but she was still hired, and this was very important because she was not, and she's not a high-tech person. She was better, she understood better people who try to install, for example, Windows XP on their computers, and she carried out a participant observation with 40 families all around USA, and she realized most of them were not able to install the program, the operating system, on their computers in 3 hours, as the computer engineers told her that they would be able to. Most of them were not able to do it in 12 hours, and also not, many of them not in 24 hours. So Microsoft was not making user-friendly, human-friendly products, and when she told them what she found out in the field, they asked her, but where did you get these stupid people? Intel is another high-tech company which uses anthropologists to design products. And actually, the head of the research, of the user experience research team is Genevieve Bell. She was an assistant professor at Stanford University, and later she was hired by Intel. And she currently studies how do people interact with their vehicles, and what kind of devices do people use in vehicles. Why vehicles, and why is Intel so interested in vehicles? Well, they realized vehicle, a car, is the third most used space in your life. So work, home, vehicle, and they want to occupy this field too, to make products which we use in vehicles, new technologies, for example. Here's also a very strange sign on this keyboard. Another thing that they are currently designing at Intel is a computer which uses a very low level of energy, because they realized that lots of people in the world don't have access to energy. And they designed a computer which uses so low level of energy that it can be run by 2 electrodes put in the glass of wine. And this is enough to run a computer. And they can use it in the places where there is no energy too. And another researcher from Intel is Simon Roberts, and he was researching, and he still is researching how older people interact with technologies. This is another interesting field for Intel, how elderly people use technologies. Well, the population is aging actually in the world, and this is why they need to know how to prepare technologies that will be used by older people. And I put here also an example from Slovenia. So most of the cases were from the USA, where they are apparently much more skilled in using anthropological knowledge to make new products. They're apparently more pragmatic from this point of view. But, okay, we have a case from Slovenia too, and we cooperated in production of this application. It was designed by the telematics solution provider from Slovenia, based in Slovenia. It makes telematics devices for commercial vehicles, and we co-designed this application. It is called EcoDriver, and it changes behavior of users of commercial vehicles, so they reduce their CO2 emissions. And it shows constantly when you're using it, it gives you several scores for different aspects of driving: braking, accelerating, idling, and so on. And then you get also this general score, and by that you can improve your daily behavior in vehicles. Why is it so important? Because you see constantly how you drive. Most of us think we are good drivers, where we are not. And by using such an application, you can actually reduce your CO2 emissions by 10%, which is a lot on a global scale. Transport is one of the most important contributors to the global CO2 emissions. And what is important here, how can you co-design products and establish a good cooperation in such interdisciplinary team where you have computer scientists and you have traffic engineers and anthropologists in the same team? I can say it from my own experience. You get immediately this clash of cultures. We speak the same language, in our case Slovenian, but the problem is you don't understand each other. You have to translate your ideas. This is one important thing, and you have to understand that we have a different mindset. So computer technicians, for example, think it is possible to manage only what is measurable, and anthropologists think we can solve every problem without numbers and equations. Well, the truth is somewhere in between. And we have to realize from the beginning that we have to establish the common language. And here's just a list of a couple of ideas, which I hope they will be also included in this Knowledge Alliance, which also establishes cooperation between different scientific disciplines. So the question is how to establish a creative team and design breakthrough products in it, in this case, to make sustainable buildings. Like first, you have to accept diversity in the team, because this is a competitive advantage. Second, translate ideas. So we can speak about the same topic, but we use different terms, and that's why we don't understand each other. The problem is not language, like English, Slovenian, Dutch, German. The problem is that we have to be able to translate ideas, terms, because many times we find out at the end of, I don't know, 3-year research project that we are actually speaking about the same things. And we have to establish this common vocabulary at the beginning of the project and not find out at the end of the project that we talk about the same things. Use quantitative approach. So it's a combination of quantitative and qualitative research approaches. Use numbers, statistics, and so on, but add some results of interviews, participant observations. You cannot measure everything, really. But I also know as anthropologists, you cannot debate about everything. And include anthropologists in the team, or alternatively, you can keep practicing phlebotomy, of course, but I prefer this approach. And why should anthropologists be involved in the research teams? Because they actually only bring in ideas of users, of people, of humans. They're just facilitators of various ideas. They see and observe what people do, and this is how you will get many different viewpoints on your product, or on your idea, or on your design of buildings, or of your design of windows, for example. And you have to repeat this co-creation in all steps of research and development process. So start co-creating with people, keep doing it, keep coming back to the people and asking them, do you really want this product? And then end with the testing. Not just make something and later test it, because otherwise you can make some products that people might not actually want. So this was it from my side, and now Domen will explain how you can make it in a real study here at the University of Ljubljana.
Hello from my side also. My name is Domen, and I come from Faculty of Arts. I'm a student of anthropology, ethnology and anthropology, and I'm working on this case, on this project, and I would like to say some words about it. They asked me to present my view on the project and a little bit about my work, so this is what I will try to do. I'll thank my professor and colleague Dan for the lovely introduction, because I think he explained a lot about anthropologists in this kind of projects already. Just a short introduction about what I'll try to tell you. I'll try to present my role in this project, a real-life learning environment. And the second part will be about my work and the methods I use. Maybe you're not familiar with anthropologists in this kind of, or anthropology in general. And tell you a little bit about my expectations about the project. So, as an anthropologist in this project, I'm collaborating with different disciplines like students of electroengineering and architecture and so on and so forth. So this is interdisciplinary collaboration which can bring new insights since in most of the people working on the project are from exact sciences. I can bring some different insight into this. So at first I had to define, and I'm still in the process of defining my role in the project, actually, because this is kind of a new approach. It's not common to have this kind of project, actually. So what I'm asking myself all the time is, what is my research all about? How can I fit in this project? What do I have to offer as an anthropologist? And of course, define expectations of everyone involved in the project. When I heard about it, it seemed like a good idea to get involved, but soon I realized that I didn't really know what I'm getting myself into, since you know, there was no real information. So everything was new to me. So understanding everyone's point of view is really important, like professor's point of view or the institute that's running the project, the Innovation Research Institute, and of course the students that are also working on the project, what they are doing and what they would like me to do as an anthropologist, and of course the point of view of the users of the building, so this building we are sitting in right now. A little bit about my work and methods. So at first I had to define the user of this building. And what I realized that there is multiple user profiles, like office workers, students, occasional visitors, as we are. We're just visiting this, some of us are, or some of you are visiting this building for one time in your life and then you're leaving. So this is also one specific user profile. And of course technical staff and others about which I might not know of. So these all different user profiles, this is really hard to investigate all of the different user profiles. As you saw at the beginning, changing everyday practices in public buildings. This is my working title of my diploma work. It's hard to grasp everything, to analyze everything. So and of course I have limited time and diploma volume, so I have to narrow my research focus, and I'll probably narrow it down to office workers mostly, because they're the most consistent user of this building. Of course, the question of holistic approach arises here, since anthropologists are used to think about everything or want to do that, but that's, as I already mentioned, impossible, since there is too many different views. So I'll try to focus mostly on office workers, and then also include other user profiles as much as I can. But again, I have limited time and diploma volume. A bit about my method. How do I work? Of course, I use people-centered approach. I work with people. if other architectures are working with interior and windows and everything, I try to ask people about their opinion on how they use these windows, for example. I ask them a lot of things. Anyway, how I investigate my methods are participant observations, as Dan already mentioned, and interviews and focus groups. I've been, for a participant observation, for example, to give example, I've been to music lectures. Some of the users of this building are also students. Right under this hall, there's a big study room, like a lecture room, and I've been there. I've also been to a graduation ceremony in this hall, participated, like watched and everything. I also been to some offices. I've been to Institute, IRI Institute, tried to see how people act, what they do, how do they use the room, do they turn off the lights, do they turn off the heat if it's too hot, do they have the possibility to do it, try to make notes. And then I try to ask them about them, try to ask them how do they use the building, why do they use it, that way, how do they think that they could do it better, or what would they change to make possibilities for them to use the building better. For example, I don't know, I would ask you if it makes sense to you that the biggest windows in the whole room are covered with a really thick layer of this cloth, and we have to turn on the lights. Is this logic? It doesn't seem to me. So anyway, this is, for example, what I'm trying to do. Of course, I'm trying to build a theory base for my research by reading and analyzing materials like video materials or archive materials. What are my expectations from this project? Since I'm trying to be trying to work in a sphere of applicative anthropology, I aim to make at the end to make a list of concrete suggestions how to improve for building or what to change to improve energy efficiency of the user's behavior and gradually, of course, practices, because through behavior you come to practices, I guess. So I'll try to come up with these results as a result of collaborating with other students and with institute and partners involved in this institute, in work with the institute. And I, of course, hope that my work won't be in vain, so that at the end, when they decide, if they decide to make changes, that it will be used. This is also one of the reasons I decided to come to work on this project, because I aim to be not to work only for the sake of my work, but to be useful. Anyway, my expectation of the project, of course, is also that it would become a role model. It will become a role model for future interdisciplinary projects, because I think that through these interdisciplinary projects, these kind of projects are actually a way for the future, for prosperity in terms of knowledge and science, and also society, because if, as Dan already mentioned, if we are able to find a common language, then we can change the world, I guess. So I'll pass on, because we don't have a lot of time.
We are going to represent you our project, Prosim, hvala. It's a concept of visual reminders for your space, or we can also call it just stickers. I'm sure many of you find yourself in a situation like this, when you check your bills and realize that electricity bill could be lower, or it's higher than it should be. The same problem had a community of social institutions in Slovenia. They're covering more than 100 elderly homes. So they had 4 main problems. Excessive electricity consumption. They have also a problem with proper waste separation and excessive water consumption, and problems with high heating costs. So they contact us, hoping that we could find some solution to lower these costs. First thing we had to do was to visit a few elderly homes in Slovenia, and we noticed that all of these homes are quite different one from another. Some of them are older than others, but what they have in common are old people. Yes, and some of them have poor eyesight. Others have problems with memory or are forgetful. And we also have people with special needs. And what we also have to keep in mind is that all these old people have their habits, and it's hard to change it sometimes. So our next step when designing these visual reminders was to define our design starting points. And this is shape. So what shape it's going to be, this visual reminder. Color. It's very important, color contrast between color of visual reminder and color of surface on which we can apply it. And of course the size, what size it's going to be. And if we are using typography, we should also know what kind of typeface should we use and which size. And of course, there has to be clear message. So we did many sketches and drafts, but we don't have it here because it's not enough time to show it. But what I'm going to show now, it's our final solution. We thought it was the best. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned, prosim means please or could you, and hvala means thank you. It's like, please could you turn off the light if you don't need it, thank you. We choose these 2 words because we thought it's simple and thought you get the message. Okay, so we designed a package of stickers, different shapes, different colors. Here we see sticker for lights. If you're one of those who often forget, turn off the light when you don't need it, so maybe you should need one of these. Here we have a socket. If you have many electric machines which are plugged in all the time, even if you don't need it, maybe this could help you. Water, don't waste too much water. You can apply this maybe somewhere near sink. It goes the same for the hot water. And yeah, this one says, don't overheat your place because it's going to cost you. So, and ventilation, be smart when ventilating your place. And we also to have in mind stickers for waste separation, and because this is quite a big problem today, of course, so
Gita will tell you more about this. We are reminded every day that we have to sort our trash so it can be used again, but sometimes forgetfulness and laziness gets the best of us. So we designed visual reminders for separating the trash. This was our first sticker for waste separation, but we quickly realized that we had to make more than one for different kinds of trash. So this sticker came to indicate the residual waste. The next is a sticker in shape of a banana, and it's obvious it's for biological waste. This is a sticker for paper separation, and it's in the shape of a paper sheet because we thought the rectangular sheet of paper would be boring for the user. We divided packaging into two sets. The first set is packaging that you can find in every household, like plastic yogurt cups or milk cartons or empty cleaning products. And the next is for tin cans. This is for glass, as it is in the shape of a glass bottle. This is a very special sticker. It was made, it came to be at the initiative of one faculty of University of Ljubljana, because they had the problem of students overusing, overconsumption of paper. And this sticker can be placed near, in the bathroom, near toilet paper or paper towels, or even near the printer for printing paper. And it's in the shape of the tree because it reminds the user that they can contribute in a big way if they just cut back a little. This sticker is for recycling and separating empty batteries, and it's a great way to indicate where can you drop the batteries that you used. This symbol is for laundry, and it's a symbol that reminds you to separate your laundry before you wash it, because the dark laundry, as we know, we wash it at a lower temperature. The last sticker of our current selling set is a sticker in shape of stairs, and it can be located near an elevator entrance, so you can be reminded that you can take the stairs and not waste energy and also do something for your health. This is our current set of stickers, but we are adding all the time new symbols because we come across new needs of clients and also in our everyday life. We see great potential in this project as it is good for, you can use it at home as well as in official institutions, and it also has the potential to spread in different areas. We made also supportive materials with informational content. You can see here a poster and a roll-up, and passers-by can see information about the project and also get to know the symbols better. We made also, you can see here, paper table pyramids that basically tell some basic information about the project and also some reminders how you can cut costs and save the environment. We are most proud of our social game dominoes, where the dots are replaced by symbols, and that way players can get to know the symbols through the game, and later when they interact with the symbols in real life, they know right away what the symbol means. Our wish is that this project, Prosim Hvala, would be implemented in all the faculties and academies of University of Ljubljana, as it is a great way to spread awareness about the cutting costs and saving the environment among students. So please, if you like the project, you can see it on our website and learn more about it. Thank you.